Check this out. We have all 22 trays filled with nothing but goodness. Look at all the different colors in there. This is perfect.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Barbecue Joe. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at this Cercker 22 tray food dehydrator. Comes with everything you need, including a recipe book. You get these mitts for removing the hot trays. You get a Phillips screwdriver, comes in the kit, just to put on this handle right here. Not a big deal. 2 little screws, boom, you're together. Comes very well packaged too. A lot of foam, corner protectors and all that. You'll also receive a bag of these hooks, which I'll show you later, and how you would use these 2 trays right here. Well, they're wire racks for the hooks, for hanging, say, maybe some future snack sticks like beef sticks and things like that. We will do that in a different video. Today we're just going to take a look and see how well this 22 tray Cercker dehydrator dehydrates. And you also get your instruction manual. It also comes with 2 power cords that's built into the unit that you will have to use 2 outlets for. I did try using a power strip. I believe they were like 15 amp power strips and it was blowing the breaker. So I just plugged them directly in the wall with 2 extension cords, about the same thickness of the power cord, and everything was fine.
Alright everybody, as you can see here, these are the 2 power cords I mentioned in the beginning of the video. As you can see, I ran an extension cord to each plug. And this one here says it's your main cable. It's upside down, but you can see that's main cable. And this tag says auxiliary cable. Main cable, that's fine. I'm not sure if one powers the circuit board and another one powers the 3 fans that are in the back. Alright, some other included features would be these washable mats, as you can see here. I haven't used them yet, but I have a feeling I may use them for jerky. You do get 6 of those mats. I'm not sure if you can order extra on their website. That's a very good possibility. Other than that, these racks go in either way. You can pull them out, turn them, put them in. There's not just a one-way feature there. No matter how you turn them, rotate them, they all go in. And last, you get 4 storage containers. Okay, I went in and installed the included racks for the hooks, and as you can see, I got them all hung up there. I think this would be really nice for hanging sausage links just over these bars, and we'll come up with all kinds of solutions for these hooks in future videos. Alright, so as you can see, this thing is very easy to operate. All you got to do, pressure power on. This here would be your temperature, and it cycles through your time. This is on top of the unit, as you can see. Couldn't show that in the intro. So all you got to do is select your temp, and how you want to go. Remember the last setting you had. I just had it on 190 to make sure I wasn't going to blow any circuits, and so far I've been in really good luck. So here you'll see it'll tell you for vegetables, which we will be doing because we're going to be making a powder today, a seasoning for jerky, future jerky we'll be doing. So let's see here, let's do vegetables here. We're going to go 130, 135. Let's go down to 135 on the temp. Okay, we'll lock that in, and just show you some of the features on this thing. So let's go ahead. You got dual latches here. I'll also show you that it does have all 4 swivel casting wheels with 2 lockers in the front, one here and one here. So you can see she is very well designed. Got a couple of nice handles here. Then we open up the door, and here you can see the handle. There's a screw there and a screw there to install that handle. And here, as you can see, 22 racks. And as you can see, this thing is running and it is very quiet. You will also get a metal drip pan. I did wash all these racks, but as you can see, they are fairly large. And I spent let's say around $76 in peppers and different types of vegetables that we were going to load all these trays up All right, check this out. We have all 22 trays filled with nothing but goodness. So let's go ahead and take a look at what all we got. Again, we're making like a seasoning powder, all natural. So as you can see here, we have some habaneros, about a pound. I would say maybe a half a pound of ghost peppers. Put that on the top. We have 2 trays of serrano peppers. Approximately 2 pounds of serranos here. Then we have here some jalapenos. Here we have more jalapenos. Check out some of the sweet peppers and all the different colors. I don't remember how many pounds that was, but or how many peppers, but there's quite a bit. Here's some more where you see we bought the actual bell-sized peppers and sliced them, and in the back there you can see we have some carrots. And all that's going to do is help add some color to our rub that we're going to be making. Here is a tray full of fresh peeled garlic. And here we have some, babe, what do you call these? Oranges?
Mandarin.
Mandarin oranges. Here we have some sliced and diced fresh pineapple. Here you'll see we have some red onion. We have sweet onion. Then we have sweet onion with red onion mix just because we needed some shelf space to fill it. Here we have cucumber. And these trays are ginormous. 22 of them. Alright, another row of cucumbers. Now we're getting into the lemon. Should have 2 trays of these. Oh yeah, a little bit of extra lime in the back. And here's some lime here. Then we have zucchini, a whole tray of zucchini. And I believe this is a tray that has miscellaneous zucchini, cucumber, lemon, and possibly a little lime there. And there you have it, all 22 trays filled. All right, let's go ahead and power it on. We're gonna set the timer for 3 hours. I know it's gonna take more than that, but I just like to see what it looks like after 3 hours. And we're gonna set the temperature to 135 degrees Fahrenheit. As you can see here, you have your Celsius temps, and then you have your Fahrenheit temps for like your different herbs and all that good stuff right there. As you can see, you can pause the video if you'd like to read that. Man, so far, that's first time using it, and trusting this Cercker to do the job of 22 trays full of goodness. All right, we are done. Check it out. This thing did a great job. If I had to estimate, just full transparency here, these peppers did take around these 5 racks here, or 7 racks here. These took about 36 hours ago. These took around 24. Now if you can look at the carrots there. I did pull racks out. I'm going to have to explain the garlic here in a minute. But look at all that. Those mandarins, our sweet peppers, everything is dry to the bone. I'll come down here, like the onions are done, the lemons, and what else do we got? Oh, the garlic. So I forgot that the last time I made garlic, it took nearly 45 hours to do when you leave them whole. I forgot all about it. That was my mistake. So I dried them out at around that 36-hour mark. So what I ended up doing was taking the cloves and putting them in the blender, blending them up, chopping them up, and then putting them on this tray here and continue to dry them out. So they'll dry out a lot faster. My suggestion, if you're going to do garlic cloves, fresh garlic cloves, make sure you chop them up real good before you put them in. That'll definitely decrease your drying time. Just like your peppers, the more processing you do, the better the faster results you're going to get. If you want to be lazy, it's going to take you more time. You want to put the effort in it, of course, less time. All right, everybody, here is the Ninja blender that has the processor attachment to it. We have a stainless steel bowl so we can mix all the ingredients. We also have a funnel here that I'm going to use to fill these 10 milliliter plastic test tubes, which are basically just where I'm going to store these the powders in or seasoning. It is food safe, and also we have our whisk for blending the materials. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to get all these racks emptied and put into the blender. Alright, that's 2 trays. We have the ghost pepper, we have the habaneros, and the jalapenos. Just going to go ahead and power it on. Let's see here, and then let's see here. Let's just do a... Okay, sorry if that's too loud. Just pulse it. Alright, this is the consistency I like my powders at. As you can see, it's got a really nice color to it. That perfect consistency. It's not too coarse, but it's definitely the way I like it. Just grab one of your tubes out. I'll link the description below where I got these. Once you get them out, these are basically, you just pop this cap off. They're not twist top, but they are, they do seal. Like I said before, they are food grade safe, and check that out. Let's see if I can get you a better image of the final product. Look at all the different colors in there. This is perfect. Okay, I'll give you my final thoughts on this Cercker 22 tray dehydrator. All right, everybody, my final thoughts on this 22 tray Cercker dehydrator. I'm gonna give it an A+. I would totally recommend it. This thing did a massive job doing all those. I mean, I'm maybe 10 pounds or more of fruits and vegetables. Them trays were loaded, as you saw. Each one of these storage containers that the Cercker comes with stores a pound of what we made today in this video. I have a total between these 2 containers, the tubes that I showed you that we filled, and part of another storage container, come out to exactly 3 pounds. So that is actually a great yield. And so yeah, now I go get to try it on some food, and you know, and in time, in the next video when we do some jerky, I will have a really good idea how I want to use this seasoning. So hey, if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe, share to your friends, and go pick you up one of these 22 tray Cercker dehydrators. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.